Um, 11 years ago, I lost a friend to bile duct cancer. He was only 46 at the time. Uh, he was a theologian. Yeah, was a good writer. He seemed intelligent to me. He was a liberal, so I didn't see eye to eye with him, but I enjoyed him, his company, and his. He was an upbeat kind of guy. Thing is, uh, like my girlfriend, when she came down with breast cancer, he went through the slash and burn, the chemotherapy, the radiation. His bile duct cancer was 4 stage. And the last entry he did on his blog, which is still on the internet, was describe how what he was going through. He had, since his bile duct wasn't working, his stomach was getting bigger and bigger, and it just sounded like hell. And then 2 weeks later, he was dead. Yeah, the chemotherapy, the radiation, all did was torture him, make him look like Colonel Sanders without head hair. And I was only 46. Yeah, that was 11 years ago. Yeah, and he was younger than me too. Uh, but now my dad has the exact same symptoms, or he did, uh, 2 weeks ago, that my friend went through in his latter stages. 2 weeks later, though, instead of my dad dying, he's actually improving. Uh, Pain is getting less and less. Uh, he seems to be getting his appetite back a little bit, whereas before I didn't want to eat a thing. Um, and well, I think the thing that my dad has going for him is he didn't go through the slash and burn. He didn't go through the chemotherapy and radiation like my friend did. My friend had survived Hodgkin's disease twice before he came down with bile duct cancer, like my dad has, and he beat Hodgkin's twice, but he went through the hell of the radiation and the chemo and all that stuff. And so when it came back and he was doing it again, when it came back as bile duct cancer, I just don't think, oh, oh well. But anyway, I'm kind of glad that they sent my dad home to die without the chemo and radiation, because it gave me a chance to experiment on him and use things on him. And I really don't know, because Nabil Qureshi died a year ago in a day, and they said he got better for a while, then it got worse. Of course, he was going through the chemo and everything, and but my dad is going through the natural way of trying to fight it. It sounds like quackery. I know it sounds like quackery, so I can't get too excited about it. All I know is that cancer is like a fire. It starts so slow, but the more advanced it gets, the faster it goes. And supposedly, from what I could tell, my dad was in the end stages like my friend was 2 weeks before he died. And my dad, instead of getting worse, his stomach is still huge due to the buildup of the bile duct's not working, but it's not as big as it was yesterday. And if he continues to improve, I just want you to know that I will let you know what it is that I've been giving him if it works. Of course, if it doesn't work too, I'll let you know also there so you don't waste your time. But right now, things look hopeful. And I do. I see a light at the end of the tunnel. 2 weeks ago, the ammonia built up in his system so much that you could watch him just becoming stupider as the minutes ticked by. He didn't even know what a feather was. He knew what a hammock was, but he didn't know what a feather was. And he couldn't explain. It was like, yeah, it was just, but he's back. He's not totally back. This is the thing that's weird about my dad, is that he lives in the now. He's like a kid. He likes sugar. He loves sugar. And when we gave him medication, when we weren't looking, he threw it into the toilet and flushed it down. So it's like he wants to die, and yet he's not depressed. So I'm thinking maybe the cancer is affecting his brain, because cancer loves sugar. And it's making him want to eat sugars to help expand it more. Yeah. The reason why your body doesn't usually attack cancer is because it's like it recognizes it as a part of the body, kind of like liberals do with Islam. You know, think, oh, it's just, like any other. It's like any other religion. It's just stupid, like all the other religions, and blah blah blah, just extremists. And so they help it. The liberals help it. They defend it, and yeah, and it helps it grow. So liberalism is to Islam as sugar is to cancer. And in this treatment I've been giving him, I've been depriving my dad, trying to deprive him of the sugar that he craves, and trying to lower his blood sugar, and help to deny the sugar the fuel it wants, while at the same time getting his body to attack the cancer. And so far it looks very promising. And if I tell you what, I'll let you know how things are going in a week or so. But 2 weeks ago, I was like, I was so depressed, because I thought, this stuff I'm going to try to experiment with on is just pipe dreams, Quackery. I thought, yeah, Quackery, yeah. But my dad just might not go the way of Nabil and Scott Beck. Well, my friend, and also my girlfriend Melanie, may not go their way, because one thing, he didn't go through the chemo and the radiation, so his immune system is intact to fight the cancer cells, and which is very helpful. And he's in his 80s. Of course, when you're in 80s, I think cancer is slower at that time. So since my friend was 46, it was fast. But my dad, since he's in 80, the cells don't multiply as fast, so it might buy him some time. But right now, he seems like he's getting better. But I'll let you know in another week or so. Okay, bye.